I hate falling in love cause I become too soft and I am a gangster. Oh yes. Show. Don't. Shit.
And bitch better respect my gangsta.
Baby oil, baby oil, baby oil.
Yeah. Wow, she looks so good in orange. Not you. Oh my god.
I know I got a belly, but if you're a real man, you're gonna lift it up and get under that thing like a mechanic, okay?
But what happens if I didn't bring my jack stands?
Is Asian cat tighter than other races? I feel like everyone always wants to know this, and I feel like this is something you have to figure out on your own. Because honestly, I have no idea. According to my Yelp reviews, yes. But I don't know if people are lying. I don't know if people are trying to hype me up, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I guess you just need to find out yourself.
All right, hold up. I'm a professional. I know this one. It all feels the same.
Hey now, take it easy there, fella. There's no need for things to get out of hand. I'll just stay out of your way, man. I'll just be on my way, please. Had enough, buddy? No? What the hell you calling part-timer, buddy? I'll have you know that I did
Do I support LGBTQ? Lingerie, guns, blowjobs, titties, and quickies? Absolutely.
Don't be scared, but Halloween 2024, this year, falls on Friday the 13th for the first time in 666 years.
For single guys, instead of chasing girls, remember this important rule. You will never regret focusing less on women and focusing more on yourself and your personal life.
Yeah, the truth is, guys, that if you spend time making yourself successful and desirable, you'll get a lot more women than if you were to just go try to mouthpiece as many chicks as you could, like at the mall, and be a loser. It's just the way that it works. And you're thinking like, well, I'm not spending any time trying to get women and hitting on girls, having interactions. But the truth is that if you can up your status, you'll have a much higher success rate. It's way better place to spend your time.
Putting my wallet, my phone, my watch, and I will go to the market. I will show you how safe Dubai is. Follow me. It's too safe.
All right, Detroit, let's see what you got. Glasses, phone, keys. And then I'm gonna do this wallet here. Let me see how much I got in here. But all right. And, oh, uh-oh. Oh my God, okay. Oh, Lord.
I saw the strangest thing go by my house today. I saw two hearses followed by a man walking a dog who was being followed by about 100 other men. Well, my curiosity got the best of me, and I went out and I approached that man with the dog, and I said, "Sir, if you don't mind me asking, just what's going on here?" He says, "Well, can't you tell this is a funeral procession?" I said, "Oh." I said, "So who's in that hearse up there in the front?" He says, "Well, that's my wife." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear you lost your wife. What happened?" He says, "Well, she was always griping and nagging on me, but last week she took and put her hands on me, and my faithful old dog here jumped in to defend me, and well, it cost her life." I said, "Oh, that's terrible. Well, who's in that second hearse?" He says, "Well, That was my mother-in-law. She jumped in to try to help my wife, and well, the dog took her out too. I said, wow, what a tragedy. And I thought about it for a second. Then I asked him, sir, would it be okay if I borrowed your dog? And he looked at me and he says, get in line.
You're always asking why I'm keeping the southern border open. If there's one thing this country needs right now, it's more Latinas.
How old are you? I'm 38. I've never been married. Huh? Have you ever been married?
Really, Nana?
38 years old.
Really? Really? Really?
I've never been married. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life.
Damn, this granny's a guilt tripping pro. She act like she didn't know. And you never been married? Damn, that shit burn.
Hi.
Hi, did you order the sweet Asian roll?
Yeah, it's supposed to come raw, right?
Don't worry, that's the only way we do it.
Oh, perfect. Come on in.
All right.
Yo, so I was talking to this girl on Bumble, and she was like 34. And I was like, have you ever dated an American guy? And I'm in China, by the way. And she's like, no, I haven't. And I was like, don't. We're way worse than Chinese men. She's like, what? Why? And I made a joke. I was like, oh, we'll make you fall madly in love with us. Like, it's not a good idea. And she's like, ha, 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 you're so cute. But no, I'm too old to fall madly in love with anyone. And I was like, I switched into this mode. Manifestation, reality manipulation, my favorite stuff. I was like, ew, never say that again. Like, with us, okay, I'm kidding. We're probably not going to fall in love, get married. But if you want that to happen, the first step is believing it and speaking it into existence. And she's like, oh, okay. And what people don't get about this, there's two things. Number one, they think it's spirituality woo-woo. This is universal law. The scientific explanation to this, it's called your reticular activating system. Every experience that you have in life is filtered through the system. This is the number one reason people self-sabotage love, success, and wealth, is because they have negative thoughts and beliefs about themselves and about the world. The second thing people mess up on is they think, oh, well, I'm lying to myself. My brain knows that it's a lie. Both are lies. Both are completely made up. I'm too old to fall madly in love, or I can find the love of my life. No one can predict the future. Maybe she'll die alone. I don't know. But whichever belief you decide to go with will massively increase the odds of what you want to happen actually happening.
Whatever you speak to yourself internally repeatedly somehow becomes reality. Look into it.
I heard there's men out there still that actually like their women like they like their steak. A little bit of fat on them, pink in the middle. Is that true?
Did you know that if you drink enough alcohol, they ask you to leave work early?
I had it as a kid and I turned out fine. Gatorade back then versus now. McDonald's French fries back then versus now. Ben & Jerry's ice cream then versus now. Ritz crackers then versus now. It's not a matter of you having it back then and us not allowing it now. It's a matter of foods today being completely different as they were back then. They are loaded with toxic ingredients and things that are harming our health and our children's health at an exponential rate.
Alrighty, baby. Now that we got Trump in office, we can have RFK over here revamping the food system, which is a huge thing for me. It's such an insult that they're poisoning the hell out of our food and then also profiting off the medication that they provide us once they get us sick. And they actually don't ever offer a solution. They just offer medication to mask the problem that they're giving us by feeding us this trash food. And somehow our tax dollars are supposed to pay for the administration that continues to allow it to go on. It's this level of corruption that got me so pissed, let me tell you. Glad it's going to be coming to a close because we know those Democrats were not going to stop it.
Spit or swallow?
Swallow all day.
So does the guy's diet matter?
I mean, I can't really tell the difference because it's normally like down here before I can even taste it. So.
You need to understand that your phone can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's a reason why people like Steve Jobs and Cristiano Ronaldo do not give their kids phone and technology. If you want to do anything great in this life, you have to be extremely conscious of the inputs you're putting into your mind, not only from your phone and your technology, but also from your friends, the people you hang out with, your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, and everything in between. 99% of people today are constantly bombarded with notifications and noise and sounds from everything on their phone and social media and the people around them that they do not have the ability to think for themselves. So if you want to be a part of the 1%, all you have to do is cut out the noise.
This was a huge factor for me. Once I realized the serious consequences of the distractions, I figured out how to cut them out 100%. For me, it was relationships and the TV. So when I'd come home, 1 hour sleep timer on the TV, and if the relationships weren't serving me anymore, I completely got rid of them. And when you get a little older and you're not lusting over women, and you really separate yourself from needing a relationship, you realize that you're trading a shit ton of responsibility for very little in return typically. And when you look at your friends and people around you, they're typically maintaining relationships that are completely worthless, and it's the make or break between whether or not they're successful. Those relationships occupy so much mind space and so much time entertaining someone else that's not probably going to stick around forever, at the detriment of you building successful businesses and different systems in your life that could have you on a set it and forget it path. So really the choice is yours. You're going to tune into the garbage and all of a sudden your whole life will pass you by. You haven't created a thing, or you tune out the noise for a little while and really make something of your life so you can really enjoy your life for what it should be.
Would you pick me in a room full of women?
A room full of women?
Yeah.
Why am I in the room?
Well, I don't know. Why are you in the room? Why'd you go in the room?
Because you told me to go in the room.
I don't recall telling you to go into any room. I just asked.
You just asked if I was in the room with full of women.
How do you even know you're in the room? You could be on one of those two-way glasses.
You just
and
asked
you
me
could be
a
looking
question.
through the room, but now all of a sudden you're in the room.
Because you.
And you inserted yourself. I didn't even think about that.
Yes, I would pick you. Is that the right answer?
Not anymore. It would have been if you wouldn't have asked, well, why am I in the room? I don't know. I have no idea.
So why did
That
you...
wasn't... I didn't think about that. And now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm upset. Because why are you in the room?
You tell me.
You know what? If it was a room full of guys, I'm not going in there, okay? But you're suddenly in the room full of women?
Don't leave anything for later, because later the coffee gets cold. Later you lose interest. Later the day turns into night. Later people grow. Later people grow old. Later life goes by. Later you regret not doing something and you had a chance. So stop waiting for the perfect moment that may never come. Do it today and do it now, because life is happening right now. And remember, time slips away when you least expect it.
Luckily, I was born with a sense of urgency within me, and I don't know how it necessarily took place, but there's no way that you're going to be successful unless you feel like you should have done it yesterday and you have a fire under your ass to get it done right now. For me, it's so natural. For everyone else, I think it's the thing that's holding them back. Maybe 2-3% of the world has it. You can get it even if you don't have it. It's just a practice, you know? Think about your future. Think about how short your life is. Think of how many Christmases you have left. Maybe that'll fire you up.
When you're driving and your wife gasps every time you put your brakes on, ask her if she makes that same sound every time she runs her car up on the curb. Don't let these women criticize your driving when their rims look like their face without that foundation makeup on. Follow for more sound advice like this.
All I want is a man who makes at least $50,000 a year, drives a Honda or maybe a Ford, and takes me on a date like maybe once a month. Nothing crazy. But I cannot seem to find that. Like, what's going on?
I think my boss is gonna fire me because I wore my jewelry to work.
There's nothing in the handbook that says I can't wear my jewelry to work. I guess it was a distraction or something.
All right, y'all, let's see what I got for you today. You know, there becomes a time in your life where, I don't know if it happens to everyone, but you want it so bad that you wouldn't allow anything else to ever get in the way. And that's where I am in my life, you know? I really want to be so financially well off that I have fuck you money 100%. You know, I have people in my life, they want to hang out. Some girls, they want to hook up, different stuff like that. I really don't feel like I have the time. I feel like these different conversations I've had debating about stuff I can't control, you know, hanging out at parties and hanging out with girls and doing all this stuff has not led me to where I want to be exactly. And I can identify those things as the exact distraction that has stopped me. Because I feel like as men, if we were to put everything we had into something for probably less than 2 years, we'd have it, even if the goal was outrageous. So, you know, if I want to have a number like 10 mil or more, then I got to stop this shit. And for me right now, it's so easy. It's all natural. I really am so turned off by the idea of wasting my time hanging out with anybody that it's hard to describe. I don't think that a lot of people would understand it. I feel like this is my last shot. I want it so fucking bad. I want this worse than anything. And when I have it, I can go back and do all the other things I've always wanted to do. But I can't live in my life really as a man and die, you know, happy if I don't go through this. And I'm so excited to do it. I'm so, you know, full of energy, full of motivation. There's nothing more I'd rather do than this. And it's boggling the mind of some people because girls are like, how could you not want to hang out? How could you want to work more than you want to fuck, basically? And it's like, if you only knew how bad you actually have to want this shit to get it. It's insane. One person said you got to want it better than you want to breathe. That's 100%. So if you really, really want it, you just have to stop all the bullshit for a little while. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to say, if I wouldn't have done X, Y, Z, I would be where I want to be. But I did those things. And if I don't break this cycle, if I don't break these habits and hunker down for a period of time, not even forever, I'm never going to get there. And if I never get there, I'll regret it more than anything in my whole life. And I can go have the distractions back as soon as I get to where I want to be. That's the absolute truth. When you can be that honest with yourself, it's such an exciting time because you can unlock the Instagram lifestyle that everyone wants. And it seems like it's fake. It's a decision. It's habits and behaviors. It's a decision that you're absolutely going to do it no matter what. I'm there 1,000%. I don't think a lot of people get here. Not a lot of people can even understand it. All right, guys. I always appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting me in everything that I do. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you would. And we gonna see you on the next one.